3, 2, 1.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. We are here for UTM NALI Exhibition and Competition 2021. I am Nur Hazwani binti Muhammad Mohridza, representing my team, which consists of Azura Siri and Linda Prapagara. I am going to talk about our project title, Enhancing Students' Engagement in Online Learning Platform, focusing on Telegram feature apps. The objectives of our project are to identify an appropriate tool to encourage students' engagement and interaction, as well as to identify an appropriate tool to address cognitive overload. The question that we had in mind the moment teaching and learning shifted to online mode was, what would be a one-fits-many activities tool that can help engage students' motivation as well as manage their cognitive overload. Therefore, we found Telegram be our answer because it has a lot of features yet to be explored, discovered, and fully optimized for the betterment of teaching and learning. Okay, so for the purpose of our project, we are only focusing on 4 Telegram features, which consist of group attendance bot, poll, quiz bot, and pin and notify. Okay, so I'm going to begin with talking about the group attendance bot. So for group attendance bot on Telegram, what you have to do is you have to search for this, and then the moment you see this visual here, then you are in the correct, you are choosing the correct bot. Okay, so you just add it. Okay, so what's the purpose of the group attendance bot is it actually helps assist instructors for attendance taking, attendance monitoring, and attendance recording. So how do you do that? So the first thing that you have to do the moment you already added the bot is you have to add the bot to all of your Telegram, your class Telegram groups. Okay, so this is normally done before the semester officially begins, when students are not yet in the group. Okay, so you add the bot in the group, and then you set the bot as admin. Okay, and then how do you use the bot is, normally not everyone is familiar with the concept, so at the beginning you need to kind of like give a clear instruction on what to do. Okay, so when will you be taking the attendance, and then do they have to change their names, because sometimes students tend to use nicknames on their social media or on their Telegram, for example, and then they just need to simply click on present, and then their attendance will be recorded. So after you have done that, and then you are sure that okay, this is the time for me to take the attendance, and then you can simply click on start, okay, to activate the attendance, and then students will click on present, and when the time is up, you end your attendance, and the system will auto generate the attendance name list for you, and that is what you use for your own monitoring and recording. And you can also share in the group, and students will be aware that okay, my teacher is taking attendance in the Telegram group, therefore I have to be alert and I have to be engaged in the Telegram group. Alright, okay, so that is for the first feature. The second feature is I'm going to talk about the poll feature, which is embedded on Telegram itself. So the poll feature, you don't have to add it, it's already there, so you just need to find it, okay, in the search section. Alright, and then you can drop your questions, and then your options, and then where you can choose whether the students can respond anonymously or not. Alright, so what can we use the poll for in our teaching and learning to help with students' engagement and interaction? The first thing that we can do would be voting. Okay, so this is basic for teaching and learning these days, especially when the mode has changed, and then we want to make learning to become student-centered. We want them to know that their voice is heard. Okay, so we can use the poll feature to vote. For example, this one, their preference for learning platform. Okay, maybe they are okay with just using e-learning, or they want to use other platforms. Of course, you have to provide the option, and then you can see what would be the majority preference, and then you can drop a disclaimer stating that, alright, for weeks 1 until 4, we are going to use e-learning for our learning platform. This will encourage students' engagement, and they will want to choose an option. The second function that you can use for poll is you can monitor their progress, because we give them assignment, right? And sometimes we just leave it for them to do, and then for them to complete and submit. But let's use the poll feature to ask how are they doing, and then whether do they need help. And when you know that, for example, four students selected need help, so you can address these 4 students, and then you can kind of like ask them whether they need extra guidance and assistance from you as the instructor. And this will help students be engaged in the Telegram group, because they know, alright, if I choose this, for example, then my instructor is actually acknowledging that I need help. Yeah, and then the last function for poll feature is you can test students' understanding. So let's say, for example, you have discussed a topic, and then you want to check whether they have understood what you have taught or what you have discussed. So you can drop questions, and students can answer within their time frames, meaning to say that they can answer this in the asynchronous mode, right? Similarly, you can also use the quiz bot. This one you have to add first. So you can use the quiz bot to create a multi-question quiz. Okay, meaning to say that you search for the bot, and then you add it, and then you can create the quiz first, and then you can also set the time. As compared to the poll just now, you cannot set any time, but for this one, for QuizBot, you can set the time. And once you are done, you can share, and you can start the quiz in whichever class group that you would like to have the quiz first, the quiz with. So for example, once you have shared the quiz in one Telegram group, for example, this would appear, okay, and then the students need to click on I am ready. Okay, of course, you have to give a clear instruction from 8 to 8:15, for example. There will be a quiz. A quiz will be set on Telegram group, so you have to be ready. Of course, you have to notify them in advance, okay? And then once the time has started, then the questions will appear one by one, all right? And then it will expire. The moment 45 seconds has expired, the second question, the next question will appear until the last question. And once everything has finished, the system, okay, the bot will generate sort of like a ranking system, okay, to indicate who got the first place, second place, and third place. And this is very encouraging, because students will kind of feel competitive to see that, oh, okay, my friend got the first place because he was fast, and then he was very alert with the answers. So therefore, in the following times, when you create another quiz, then the students will participate and be more proactive. And this is very good and effective if you want to have a real-time engagement, because QuizBot can be done for synchronous sessions. Okay, and the last feature on Telegram that I want to discuss is about the pin and notify feature, and this is for to encourage to help students manage their cognitive overload. Okay, so to manage their cognitive overload, because we tend to share a lot of information on e-learning, okay, on Google Drive as well as on Telegram. So students kind of tend to get lost in translation. So you can use this feature, and then you can pin and notify all members, and the students can simply click on pin message, and then they can see which note that my instructor wants me to read, or what announcement or what deadline is important for my own recording. And this will help them, and then would make the teaching and learning become more effective. Okay, so that is all from our group. Thank you very much for your time in listening. If you have any questions, you can drop your questions in the comment section below.